that music can only mean one thing. It's time for a getaway here. In California, we have great snowy getaways, not just locally, but others that are fairly close by.
But if you're looking to go a bit farther, you may want to consider Sun Valley, Idaho.
Joining us today, travel journalist Justin Walter. We love having you, Justin, each and every time. How easy is it to get to Sun Valley from here?
It's extremely easy. You know, you can go to Big Bear, Mammoth by driving. You go to Tahoe by driving. Sun Valley is a 2.5-hour flight directly from Los Angeles to Sun Valley, the Ketchum area, which is one of the neighboring towns. It's a quick direct flight, and I'm telling you, Sun Valley is one of my favorite winter destinations because it is one of the most non-touristy ski towns I have ever been to.
That's great to know. So talk about some of your favorite activities. You talked about skiing.
Yeah, so skiing and snowboarding is obviously one of the main reasons to go there. There is a mountain called Bald Mountain, which is also known as Baldy, for intermediate to higher level skiers and snowboarders. And there's a good number of trails. I'd say it's bigger than Big Bear, but a little smaller than Mammoth. And then for beginners, there's also a mountain called Dollar Mountain, where there are no trees, so it's much easier runs and trails for people starting to learn. Also in Sun Valley, I was there in February during peak season on a weekend, and it was practically empty. Like I said, there are not a lot of lines. There are not a lot of people going to Sun Valley in terms of the crowds that you see at a Big Bear or a Mammoth. So if you do want to get kind of that non-touristy winter escape where you do feel like a local more than a tourist, I highly recommend checking out the skiing and snowboarding here in Sun Valley.
You know, a lot of people, they love the snow, they love the mountains, the fresh air, the beauty of it. Maybe they're not into snowboarding, skiing. What other options do they have?
Yeah, well, to enjoy Baldy, you can also take a gondola ride to the top of the mountain. Here's an example of another activity. It's fat tire bike riding. So the fat tire bikes are a 4-inch wheel on a bike, and you can rent these bikes at different points in the city and take them on the many trails. Here is this is one of the Nordic Center places where there's a ton of trails, and the fat tire bikes, I don't know if you guys have ever ridden them. It's basically like riding a bike on a cloud, and I've never ridden a bike on snow before, so it was super fun to try and ride bikes on trails in the snow, enjoying the fresh air, enjoying the mountain views, all while doing it on a bike, which was something I've never done before.
It does look kind of unique and special. Yeah. All right, talk about places to eat and drink. Maybe heavy on the drink part.
Well, you know, going down the town, it's basically one little road of bars and restaurants, and there's not a ton of options because it is a tiny town. One of them is called Pioneer Saloon, which when you walk by, it looks a little kitschy because it is. Inside, it looks like an old-time Wild West saloon. There's deer mounts, there's antique bulletin boards, there's Western posters. They have Ernest Hemingway memorabilia because Ernest Hemingway actually frequented Sun Valley a lot to write, to fish, to hunt, and he's actually buried in the area. So I highly recommend the Idaho potatoes here. Meat and potatoes, you gotta have a good meat and potatoes meal. So the drinks there are also good. I definitely recommend checking out the Pioneer Saloon.
That is so cool. That place is great. Thank you so much for your ideas. You always have the best ideas, Justin. Thank you so much. You can follow Justin's travel by visiting his website, aroundtheworldwithjustin.com, or on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You could find him at ATW Justin. At ATW Justin. Justin, thank you again.
Thanks,
Always
Justin.
great to see you. We'll see you again soon.